Good grief, Charlie Brown. We're learning something together here. And I got my cup here. I'm gonna turn the water on. And in fact, it might shoot out of that too. So I'm gonna put that back down here. I don't think it will, but yeah, see, okay, that water's just shooting down there. Nothing, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand that. Obviously this has a different type of little gasket. Maybe it's something internal. I've shut the water back off. Okay, I'll get the light back on here. Okay, so we can move forward with this. Okay. All right, so we're back with the cap. Now remember, the directions said to do all that, but it did say just to check to see if there was anything in there, any debris or anything. Now when I read those particular directions for the brand new install, it doesn't say anything about pulling the cap off. It says only to pull the cap off like that if you need to clean out any debris, etc. Okay, so I'm going to get that back on there and lift this up and push it back to the right where it was before. Okay, right there. Make sure I got it all the way. That's where it was. Okay, right like that. That's where I think it was. Okay, right there. Yeah. Now see, before I turned it too far, but even there, it's not. This type is not going to do anything, to my knowledge. Okay. Now, right where it's at, I am going to, yes, isn't that different? This one slightly different than the other one. That is like that, okay? And so right there, I should be fine. I'm going to turn the water on now. I'm going to see how that goes. Okay, and it's refilling. And we're going to see where it stops, because I'll probably have to adjust it with that screw, right? But we'll just see what happens here. Okay, I got about 1 inch and a quarter or so. So I wanted 1/2 inch, and I should have looked at this before. Generally, most of the time there'll be a mark on the side somewhere. Okay, this one might not have it. The old ones used to have a mark right at 1 inch. Let me get the old one and let's see. Let's see. Oh. I don't have this little pipe just on there, but okay, so if I want to raise that up, that means this float is too low, so I have to bring the float up higher, right? And in order to bring it up higher, I believe I just tighten this. I'm turning it, and that's raising that up. And so it's just going to be a little trial and error, and I wouldn't trust that all the way, because see, as I'm doing that, it's raising that I'm going to have to give it a flush, and I'm not even going to let it flush all the way. I'm just going to push the flapper back down. Okay. Manually push the flapper down so that I only have to fill half of this up, so I'm only wasting half that water. And incidentally, this could be a good time for you to replace your flapper, but my experience is, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, this flapper could last many more years. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't, give me another chance to make another video on replacing the flapper. But I have those on my YouTube channel already. Okay, so now I got a little bit over a ½ an inch. And I'm pretty good at eyeballing. But if you want, you can take a tape measure and you can measure that. And I'm at 3/4. Okay, so I can turn this a couple, maybe 4 times and see nothing's happening until I let some water out to get it to start filling up again. And then if I think this time is good, I'll do another full flush and see how well that is. Okay, it'd probably be okay at 3/4 of an inch. Like I said, years ago, I used to leave it 1 inch because all the directions would always tell me leave it an inch. Now maybe after years of time, they've gotten too many complaints. Hey, my toilet's not flushing. I feel like I have to flush it more often than not, twice. And so they said, for the sake of argument, let's raise this up a half an inch, and we'll let people do it that way. ½ inch of water spanned over this entire area is not very much water. Okay, now I got closer to an inch. See, I'm about 5/8, and I'm good with that. I'm gonna leave it because, like I said before, I was at an inch. In fact, I know this particular toilet will flush fine with a little less water. So if I want, I can back it off, just 4 more twizzles. And there's a definite little click, click, click. Okay. You remember last time I did 4, it moved it from 3/4 to that short 5/8 that I just had. So at this point, it should be 3/4, and we'll see. Okay. It seems to be working fine without that cap. that was kind of odd. That was very odd because I was surely expecting that rubber gasket. Okay, and see now if I hold it there, I'm right at 3/4. Okay, so I wouldn't have it lower than an inch, because then maybe you're finding, yeah, son of a gun, I'm having to flush twice, and you raise up your toilet lid, maybe you're down 1.5 inches or 1 3/4, 2 inches. No wonder your toilet's not flushing all the way. So then you know how to adjust the float now and raise your water level up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a full flush, and I checked this nut to make sure it was tight when I started. It's always good now that you're working on your toilet. Look at this nut. If it's loose, you can tighten it up a little bit, or anything like that. Take a look at this, and I'm going to say everything's going to be fine on this go. But I always like to do a full flush at the last after making adjustments and tweaks and all that. You see what I mean? This is coming out at the angle that it was before, so I know that this has been put back and I had it clipped in there properly. Should be going off here in a minute. There it goes. And I look at that, I'm down right at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, I got it by Joe. And you know what? So did you.